Alright, welcome back to part 10 of Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I'm gonna see which side stories I need to finish. Toma is done. Kidia is done. Eleonora's second one is available. Can't do Memoria yet. So I need to do Ellie, Yashiro, and Barry. There we go. Alright, so Ellie is at that classroom. Oh! Ellie says, "You're late. How much longer were you gonna make me wait? Come on, let's go see the movie." Suki says, "Okay." You fucking bitch. Oh man, I'm already demonetized. Didn't take very long. Whew. Whew. And Suki says, "What movie are we gonna watch?" Ellie says, "Evil Ball of the Dead #4. And Suki says, "Horror, huh? You're okay with that?" Ellie says, "I might as well come clean now. I actually can't handle films like this." I said, "Then why choose a horror film?" She says, "Remember the drama I was in the other day, Dandelion in Love? They're doing a sudden genre shift with the series. I guess the sponsors demanded it. In the next episode, it'll become a horror show called Bloody Amaryllis. The showrunner's been changed too. Quen Terracino will be taking the reins this time. Isn't this the whole thing a terrible idea? They're ignoring all consistency with the plot. The role of a girl who's in love with the idea of romance is being turned into a girl who's just monster food." Itsuki says, "That doesn't make much sense." Ellie says, "That's why I thought I should watch some horror movies. It'll give me a chance to study up on how to react." Itsuki says, "So that's why you asked me to come." Ellie says, "On that note, how are you with stuff like this?" I'm just gonna say, totally fine. Ellie says, "How boring. I was hoping I'd get to see you screaming in terror." Itsuki says, "Come on now." Ellie says, "Anyway, let's go in. My mind's already made up." Itsuki says, "Sure." And then they make a fuck. No, they don't. That's what I was doing in high school. I don't know what these kids have been doing. They should make a fuck though. It's much more entertaining. Ellie screams, "Eek!" They will say "eep" again, I guess. Itsuki said, "How'd it go? Was it a good study?" Ellie says, I mean, it was scary, and I did walk away with some new knowledge, but I couldn't focus during the film." Itsuki says, "Oh." Ellie says, "Have you ever been around someone who's so into something that it kills your interest? It kind of felt like that." Itsuki says, "True, the crowd's reaction was pretty intense." Ellie says, "I was so distracted that I couldn't focus on studying the horror movie. I wonder what I should do now." I said, "How about we go somewhere scary?" Ellie says, "Somewhere scary, but what would that be?" "I know, the Idolosphere. I could experience horror there that would give movies a run for their money." Ellie says, "You should come with me. You can't back out now." And Itsuki says, "That should be my line, Ellie." Ellie says, "So no?" Itsuki says, "It can't be helped. I'll join you." Ellie says, "Great, thanks. Alright, I'll contact you later about where we're gonna do this." Which means immediately. So... we have received a text from Ellie. She She says, I talked to Virion, and we decided to go to Daiba Studio. Remember Regan, the enemy that looked like a ghost? We're gonna go defeat 6 of these. Itsuki says, okay. Ellie says, alright. Meet me there. So, Daiba Studio, apparently. Ooh, death. Where's Saksen? Tsubasa says, the other day I went in to get some cake with Aya, and a little girl in the store pointed at me and says, it's Meiho. It's exciting that somebody called me by my stage name, or whatever. My character's name in that show I was in. Ellie says, okay, let's get this underway. Itsuki says, right. Ellie says, by the way, doesn't it feel like it got cold in here? Virion says, it's only your imagination. Ellie says, I see, let's get this started then. Itsuki says, you're freaking out too much. Don't we come here on a normal basis? Ellie says, I can't help it though, I'm usually not consciously aware of my surroundings. And then I say, Ellie, behind you! Ellie says, what is it, what is it, what is it, why are you pointing something out? It's just Virion. Virion says, is there something amiss about me standing here? I don't like her, so we can scare her. Ellie says, damn it. Because she sucks. Oh jeez. I'm already doing this all wrong. Goodbye. Anyways, we can now create new weapons. And Tiki says, Ellie asked me to update you on how many of those we kill. I'll keep you posted. My children. Where's that enemy at? Where are you hiding? Why do you hide from me? What the frack are these frackin' frackers? Jesus. Yeah, whatever. More weapons are available to be created by your mama. mysterious power is protecting this box. Or if they protect my box. Why have I not found a single one of these enemies yet? Alright, let me look and see what these stupid things look like. Oh, it's like that translucent hooker. Okay. I mean, it said ghost, so I was kind of like, yeah, it'll probably look like a ghost, right? Maybe. But who even knows? Okay. I have to go in that other room. At least this isn't completely pointless. I'm able to create some new weapons. Aw, man, I'm gonna have to go like all the way around this stupid crap. I haven't ran into one of those in here, so I'm gonna assume I'm gonna have to go in that other room. You cannot hold any more of this. So sad. Disappear already? Jeez. We got a treasure key. I'm getting annoyed. I'm just gonna see where I can find this stupid thing. LCD running around the first panel, I guess. Oops. The ratings for the Snooze Detective are going up for sure. My gut feeling on these kinds of things is always right, says Micah. Alright, so I need to go to the upper left one, the right one to the upper left. Oh boy. Ugh. Get out of here. That bullshit. Get up out of here with that bullshit, man. That asshole. I need to kill some of those. That's door number 4, so we need to go hang out by door number 1. We should all be semi-interconnected at this point. And stay away from me, creepy. Creep. Alright, door 1 is over Meower. Oh boy. Doesn't look like I can maybe get over there. Unless I teleport. We'll see. We'll see. Come hang out with me. Maybe I'll just warp over there. Let's try that. Oh, see, there we go. There's 3 of them right there. Down, 3 to go. Who does number 2 work for? Doom and death and despair. I'm looking for. Where's my flappin' map? Flappy, flappy, mappy, mappy. Where is the supposed enemy? The enemy has disappeared for reasons unknown to everyone. Wait, didn't it say door 1? Ooh. Alright, mother trucker. Let's play. Hey, 2 more. Tiki says 1 left. You can do it. Oh. Yeah, Hungry Howie's is really good.
I like the garlic crust.
Yeah, they have the flavored crusts there. Those are divine. They are yummy as fuck.
Are you paying me money? Dan told me.
Hey Kat, how about I give you some of my Pendleton that's in the fridge, and we'll each eat your pizza.
I have But no, yeah, I was gonna share with you anyway. I was getting a lot.
Let's get fucking smashed for no reason at all, other than life is hard, and then you die, then you die, then you die.
Oh, it timed out. Motherfucker. I had it in my cart, but then I called.
I can always, like, take $10 off then or whatever, I don't care. Get enough for all 3 of us, get like 2 larges.
Oh,
fuck it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then I was gonna get 1 pepperoni. What do you want for the other one?
I don't honestly care. Virian says, it appears we must entertain. Oh, actually, get bacon and goat cheese. Yeah, that's my favorite. Vidian says, it appears we must entertain yet another uncouth guest, my dear. You can always do like half pepperoni and half Scotteroni. We'll chop off his legs and then we'll turn him into food. Eleanor says, we'll take care of him just like the rest. Watch my back, Itsuki. Itsuki says, got it. Bitch, you basic. Bitch, you basic. I'll show you my garlic herb. You should punch her in the throat hole. Have it delivered, crazy. And you can always use my car if you want. It probably will be, like... If you don't want... If you want to pick it up, it's fine. Take Scott's charging. My car is like a quarter of an inch away from that stupid metal... Not metal, but that concrete thingy. So I like take like 4 minutes to get out of that spot. Y'all are so adorable.
Yeah, if it's cheaper, I will pick it up.
Yeah, it will be by probably like $7 tip and delivery fee, you know. Eleonora says, alright, thanks for the help, you two. Itsuki says, are you used to this now? Eleonora says, absolutely, I've gotten so used to it, I'm already wondering what I should do next. To master horror, you need the courage to face your fears and perfect balance of tension. A strong heart to maintain your composure and a deadly determination to shoot through your enemies. Ellie has a titty orb explode out of her chest. She learned, who gives a fuck?
For the bacon setup, what kind of crust do you want? I did the garlic herb for the pepperoni. You want the same thing for that?
What are the options?
Original butter, Cajun, butter cheese, sesame, garlic herb, onion, Asiago, and ranch.
Butter cheese? That sounds amazing.
You said $10 off rent?
Yeah, whatevs.
Okay.
I mean, if it's like $25, just divide it by 2 and knock off $12.50 or some shit. I don't care.
Pepperoni is 14. Bacon's better.
That's fine. So just take $18 off. Or 20 even, because Scott's gonna probably eat some of yours or whatever. Do not matter. Gosh, I haven't had Hungry Howie's in forever. There was one in Mesa where I used to live, but I didn't know there was one here too.
My times with all of those too.
Yeah, those flavored crusts are...
When I said Little Caesars, I was confusing it with what do you want?
Go get my credit card.
What do you want, no?
Alright, I'm getting a bunch of annoying text messages from all the people. None of them are relevant to the story, so I'm gonna go... Kiba, shush.
Then we'd have to leave pretty much after this. Yeah, we're saving about
20% of tip and $4 for delivery or some dumb shit like that.
No, I think it's $5 for delivery.
Damn, fuck those people. Fuck them right in the titties.
Right? People are getting free delivery right now because of the COVID. Like,
I know.
Jump on board.
I know, right? What's a brownie muffin? I told you you could eat all those if you wanted them. Yeah, don't eat my cake ones. Those are delicious. Stay out of there. Stay out of my cake.
Why is it only letting me pick the payment information option of cash?
Probably because you're physically going there, so just pick that, go in, and swipe your card. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Pizza. Motherfucker.
20 minutes. Let's go. So you want to
See,
go
that's
get cookies?
plenty of time to get cookies.
Okay, let me go get.
You're driving home too.
I don't mind driving. It's just my car do not.
Alright, what else can get a new weapon? I don't think she's gotten a new one in a while. There we go. Kidia now has the demon rod. How fancy. And let's give this motherfucker a weapon. I don't want to waste my prestige on that. Let's just wait. Yeah, same thing there. Not worth it. Let us see if I can upgrade somebody's class. Not yet, baby. Oh shoot.
We're going to just ride on circle. It's super close. I think it was like under.
Hungry Howard? You mean Hungry Howie? Oh, my cat. Yeah, I'm like, fuck this. I'm not going to the store to be told I can't have shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck y'all motherfuckers. I'll order it and wait a month. I don't give a fuck. So retarded. All these crack whores doing all their crazy crack whore shit. Oh my god, I think I've cussed 900 times in this fucking stream. Jesus fucking fuck. Shitty, shitty bang bang. Alright, Door of Purging. Makes sense for a Hollywood actress, I guess, to be fucking vomiting up her food. I don't know. Ellie learned nobody gives a shit. And yeah. Virian says, Horror Hunter Angel. My, quite a departure indeed from the original narrative. To think your humble role would be rewritten as a hunter of horrors, and a leading role no less. Ellie says, Director Tarantino takes suggestions on set to heart. After all, I knew I could make it work. Virian says, your skill in molding situations to your favor is most impressive. Ellie says, thanks, Virian. Virian says, be that as it may, my little Ellie is drifting ever further from becoming a true lady. Ellie says, well, that's rude. What of it? Also, I'm not yours. Virian says, my dear Ellie, I suck cocks. I don't give a shit about you. You're a tomboy, plain and simple, the polar opposite of ladylike conduct. Wouldn't you agree? Eleonora says, what do you mean? What do you mean? Ugh. Virian says, your distress at the supernatural was the only remaining civility amongst your indelicate ways. Yet now I dare say you freely hunt such apparitions wearing a most bold smirk. Ellie says, smirk? I don't do that. Virian says, I must admit that your name does have an exquisite nobility to it. Eleonora, her ladyship. Ellie says, do you want me to slug you? That doesn't make me feel better at all. Penis. Anyways. Oh, I guess they're gonna show her TV show now. A servant of darkness has made it this far, says Ellie. By now that horror hunter Angel is here. Things will not go as you want, monster. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Darkness must return to darkness. To be continued. They should have just called it Muffy the Glampire Layer. Ellie says, what do you think? Isn't that cool? Itsuki rolls his eyes and starts frothing at the mouth while squirming on the ground. Then he says, but man, when you compare it to what it was before, the show is completely different with this shift in tone. Ellie says, Tarantino's the showrunner after all. Apparently my biracial features matched up well with a demi-human heroine. That made me realize I really do love acting. I may go through some inconveniences day after day because of my heritage, but when I'm in front of the camera, people just accept that fact about me. I just say, you'll always be yourself, Ellie. Itsuki says, I'm pretty sure Director Tarantino didn't choose you just because of your features. Ellie says, true, he may be strict, but he doesn't make compromises like that. Itsuki says, it doesn't matter whether you're on camera or not, I think you're charming. Ellie says, Itsuki, thank you. Then they make a fuck. No, they don't. Maiko says, what's this? Ellie, did he just make your heart skip a beat? Ellie says, where did you come from? Ellie says, is there something you need, Maiko? Maiko says, that's right, you have a visitor. Tarantino comes in and Ellie says, Director, what brings you here? He says, Yomizuru, I'm here today because I have something to discuss with you. Ellie says, what is it? Tarantino says, you're going to Hollywood with me. They both say, Maiko says, well, that's that. Make sure you give some thought on what you want to do next, okay, Ellie? Job complete. Excellent. Eleanor learned some kind of special performance. Who cares? Goodness, that took way too long. Well, people were interrupting me with talks of delicious pizza. So, who am I to stop them? Oh, I already did her. What do we want her to be? I'd rather have the attack power. So we're gonna turn her into a sniper. We can make new carnage, the double bow. It's not a huge difference. So let's just not even mess with that. Come back when you find more Performa. We might as well just do Ellie's last one because then we'll get another one of those class changing things. And I don't know when the game is going to make me use other characters I don't give a shit about, so the quicker we have the ability to make the useless character stronger, the better. Alright, so oh yeah, I need to check the side quests. Ellie's side story is available. She says, meet me at the classroom set. Maiko says, I have something to discuss with you, so we're gonna talk to her first, I guess. Doesn't seem like it's a side quest. Maiko says, Itsuki says, what's the matter? You look like something's on your mind. Maiko says, Yashido just joined Fortuna, right? The two biggest faces in the industry have finally joined forces. Seems like the perfect chance for a collaboration. Itsuki says, what? Maiko says, two titanic talents collide on stage and the battle for ultimate glory will rage with the audience on the edge of their seats. Will it end in destruction or the birth of a brand new era of entertainment? Itsuki says, huh? Maiko says, I'm a genius. Doesn't it sound amazing? What do you think? Itsuki says, I'd see it. Maiko says, right, I'll call Yashido and Kiria immediately and tell them all about it. Looks like they learned a duo art called Exhibition. Sounds kind of naughty. Anyways, let's get our bitch asses over to Meow Meow Town, which is right here. Meow Meow Town! Meow 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 Meow! Meow 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 Meow! Meow 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 Meow! Ellie says, Itsuki, do you have time right now? There's something I want to talk about. Itsuki says, sure. Ellie says, I think you know what this will be about, but I want to talk to you about going abroad. Itsuki says, what director Terracino mentioned the other day? Ellie says, right, he has a huge following in Hollywood, so he's to direct a movie co-produced in both Japan and America. And you were chosen for that too, huh? Says Itsuki. Ellie says, yeah. Itsuki says, I'm happy for you. Your dream has come true. Ellie says, yeah, that's right. But it's happening so fast. I don't know if I'm ready for it yet. Itsuki says, you're not going? Ellie says, I mean, if I go to Hollywood, then I'd... ... You know, Itsuki, I feel like my life has really been fulfilling these days. I work hard to become a Hollywood actress because I want a place to belong in this world. But being with everyone in Fortuna has been so much fun. I started feeling like this is where I belong, and I didn't even realize it until now. I say, so you've reached your goal. Ellie says, that's not it. I mean, that isn't the only reason I'm striving to work in Hollywood. Still, I can't make up my mind. That's why I want you to go on a date with me. Itsuki says, how'd you reach that conclusion? Ellie says, does it matter? There's just something I want to find out. Itsuki says, well, if that helps you make up your mind, I'll tag along. Ellie says, first is, right, let's go to the convenience store. And I say, getting into character again? She says, you remembered, but no, that's not the case this time. It's about to get touchy-feely up in here, bitches. Oh, yeah. Ellie says our date started here that day, too. It wasn't long ago, but this feels nostalgic for some reason. Itsuki says, hey, isn't this... ... Itsuki says, it looks like Horror Hunter Angel is pretty popular. Ellie says, is that natural? Because I'm the lead in it. By the way, Itsuki, do you remember the name of the show before it shifted genres, the high school romance one? I think it was this one. He says, Dandelion in Love. Ellie says, that's right. Itsuki says, what's gotten into you? Ellie says, nothing, it was just a simple question. So, you remembered. Ellie says, back then, we went on a date because I was trying to dial in my character for Dandelion in Love. Itsuki says, who would have imagined things would turn out this way? Ellie says, you never know what happens in life. Then again, suddenly becoming a Mirage Master one day is pretty out there too. Itsuki laughs. Ellie says, well then, let's go to the next stop. Which is, I think, Cambria, the jewelry store, if memory serves. Oh god, I'm too old for this shit. I'm dying. Each new life minute is filled with doom. Ellie slurps something. How disgusting. Itsuki says, that's a smoothie if I recall. Do you really like those? Ellie says, here comes a question, completely ignoring Itsuki. Itsuki says, what? Eleonora says, the smoothie I have here, what's in it? Enzymes. Something about Hollywood celebrities drinking it. Ellie says, that's right, I'm surprised you remembered. Itsuki says something like that, but you're the one who asked me what was in it, of course I remember. Ellie says, I see. About the smoothie though, I'll be blunt, it's really not that good. Itsuki says, why drink it then? Ellie says, I guess for good luck. I felt like if I could make it to Hollywood someday if I keep drinking this. Itsuki says, looks like it worked. Ellie says, I guess you're right, I did reach my dream after all. Ellie says, hey, Itsuki, what do you think I should do about going to Hollywood, that is? I just say you should go. Itsuki says, I think it'd be a waste if you let this opportunity pass you by just because you feel like you weren't ready. Ellie says, yeah, I had a hunch you'd say that. Itsuki says, Ellie? Ellie says, it's nothing. Now then, shall we get going? Next up is the jewelry store. Jewelry whore. Itsuki says, we really are taking the same route as last time, huh? Ellie says, more or less. It'd be meaningless otherwise. Itsuki says, meaningless? Eleonora says, it's nothing important. And then punches herself in the titty. No, she doesn't. Eleonora says, Itsuki, come over here. Eleonora says, they're so cute. There are 3 accessories here, but that one in particular is especially adorable. Ellie says, why aren't you asking me which one? Itsuki says, another quiz? You're not acting like your usual self today, Ellie. Ellie says, shut up. Now then, Itsuki, which accessory did I want on that date? Monolith. Let's just look at the cheating of the cheating. Because I don't remember. Let's see. What is this stupid lady's name? It looks like the necklace for Nanali. She wore it in Black Condor, right? Ellie says, you remembered. Itsuki says, you were so excited when you told me, weren't you? That left an impression on me. Ellie says, is that right? Itsuki says, Ellie, what are you trying to do today? Ellie's giggling. Itsuki says, Ellie? Ellie says, that reminds me, this was where I kind of figured out what it feels like to be a girl in love. Itsuki says, yeah, your performa was really beautiful that day. Ellie says, how can you say such an embarrassing thing with a straight face? You really are the prince of denseness. Itsuki says, huh? Ellie says, it's nothing. Alright, Itsuki, shall we go to the next place? Itsuki says, next? Was there somewhere else? Itsuki says, oh yeah, we saw a movie here too. Ellie says, we sure did, and I wouldn't be exaggerating if I said that Angel was born here. Itsuki says watching it didn't help much in the end, though because of that excitable crowd. Ellie says, yeah. Itsuki says, what's your quiz here? Ellie says, well, someone seems eager. Alright. I know, the title of the movie we saw. Itsuki says, you came up with that on the spot, didn't you? Ellie says, of course not. Now, Itsuki, what was the name of the movie? It was something Dead 4. Ellie says, that's right. I'm surprised you remember. Itsuki says, you did treat me to it after all. I wouldn't feel right if I didn't watch the movie with you. Ellie says, I see. I'm glad to hear that. Ellie says, we went so many places. It was fun. Itsuki, was it ever a nuisance for you? I'll just say, I had fun. I would never forget a weird day like that. Ellie says, huh? Alright. Itsuki says, what's up? Ellie says, thanks for today. Itsuki, why don't we head back and smoke crack? Oh yeah. Ellie says, Itsuki, I made my decision. I want to see how far I can make it as an actress on my own. That's why I'm going to go to Hollywood. Titty orb! The orb of the titty. Ellie learned I'm not afraid to move to another country or some shit. Itsuki says, ah, titty orbs. Ellie says, thanks, Itsuki. I was finally able to make up my mind because of you. I say, I'll be lonely. I won't be able to see you whenever I want now. Ellie says, you finally said it. Itsuki says, Ellie says, it's nothing. I found a place where I belong. I can go to Hollywood without any worries. Plus, I have someone who will remember me too. So that's what we went to so many places for today, says Itsuki. Ellie says, Itsuki, even if I go overseas, Itsuki says, don't worry. No matter where you go, I'll always remember you. Ellie says, thanks. Itsuki says, you can go without any worry. Ellie says, yeah. Ellie says, of course, I won't be going to Hollywood until this situation with the Mirages has been dealt with. Itsuki says, that just means you need to step up your game. Hollywood's waiting for you. Ellie says, yeah. I don't think it makes much sense that the director for a TV show would randomly just stop everything he's doing and put the girl that's in his TV show in a movie. I mean, it just wouldn't happen. And the reason I say that is because there's these things called like non-disclosures and there's like non-compete clauses and all that kind of shit. So if you're like the lead of a TV show, they probably have some kind of like 3 or 5 year minimum clause that says like you can't go do something that's going to interfere with the show during that period of time. However, yet she will be doing it anyway because mystery magic mumbo jumbo fuck. But anyways, who gives a shit? We're gonna go to the office, and we're gonna let Ellie's titty orb evolve her into super bitchy McMotherfuck. Or whatever. Because that's what she needs. That's what she needs in her life. Titties. They're filled with titty orbs that make you better than you ever were before. Motherfucker. Yes. Tiki says the same thing she always does. We need to have Ellie learn door to departure. Gosh dang it. Ellie learned something. Oh my. Virian says, goodness me, the time has come for you to make your debut in high society. I have to shed a noble tear. Ellie says, Hollywood, Virian, not high society. Virian says, but to think, a girl who was once so coarse has reached so high an echelon. I'm certain you cannot imagine the grueling trials Itsuki and I went through to mold you into a proper lady. Virian says, what's this? No scorn, no outrage, no denial? My, nothing is so daunting as a woman's silence. Ellie says, it's the truth after all. I'm thankful for Itsuki and you as well. Virian says, my dear sweet Ellie. Ellie says, you're overreacting. Virian says, well, I have no worries. I did watch you mature while you strove in such an unrefined manner. Ellie says, Virian. Virian says, now, onward to success with dignity, elegance, and grace. Ellie says, yeah, I'm ready for glitz, glamour, and action. Virian says, perhaps some things never change. And then her and Virian make a fuck, but Virian can't get hard because he's gay. Then everyone dies. I'm just kidding. Kiba! Be quiet. I walked you 2 hours ago. You're fine. Sit your ass. This year, nobody gives a fuck. Something Terracino. Starring Ellie. Arrow of Destiny. Oh god. Coming soon. Yeah, it wouldn't be coming soon at all if it's gonna take them a year to finish hunting Mirages before even flying to Hollywood, before even making the movie, which takes several years, and then editing, be like 4 or 5 years from now. Whatever. Itsuki says, it looks like everyone has high hopes for the movie. Has filming begun? Ellie says, not yet, we just shot enough for a teaser. There's a lot we have to do, you know, the actual filming won't start until much later. Itsuki says, I see, this is a pretty amazing cast. Ellie says, I'll do my best in the film so I can become a renowned actress who can stand proudly beside those actors. Itsuki says, that's our Ellie. Ellie says, magnificent Hollywood, I can't wait, it's been a while since the last time I was there. It's a dirty cesspool of fuck. Anyways, Itsuki says, have you been there a lot? Ellie says, not a lot, I went on a package tour for 5 days with my family when I was in middle school. Itsuki says, that's it? Ellie says, that's it. Itsuki says, I see. Ellie says, you have a problem with that? I won't bring back any souvenirs for you if you keep that up. 5 days in LA is too much, dude. I don't care where you're from. Like, if you want to go spend, like, half an hour looking at all the stars on, like, the Walk of Fame and spend, like, a couple hours at, like, the observatory and, like, a couple days eating at different restaurants, like, that's enough. That's all LA has to offer. Just leave immediately. LA sucks. It's disgusting. Anyways, Itsuki says, you're right, it doesn't matter how many times you've gone, your dream is your dream. There is a bunch of good museums there, though. I forget which school it's affiliated with. Maybe it's... Ooh, or maybe this was in San Diego, I don't know. But there's good museums there, to say the least. Itsuki... I know there's like 5 or 6 on like one college campus. They've got like all this cool like decommissioned military like jets and that kind of stuff. And then there's like a natural history museum, an aquarium, like there's like 4 or 5 museums. They're part of the same package. Now there you can spend a full day and just enjoy the entire day. There's so much cool stuff to see there. So yeah, 3 days maximum. Itsuki says, by the way, Ellie, are you good to go on your English idioms? Ellie says, that's well, I'm currently studying my butt off. You seem all calm now, but you better study too, Itsuki. Itsuki says, why? Ellie says, once the movie's released, I expect you to come visit. Itsuki says, huh? Ellie says, there are things like red carpet events, you know, you better come, alright? Itsuki says, got it. Ellie says, it's a promise, okay? Itsuki says, yeah, so do your best. Ellie says, right. Job complete. It's not even like, it's just a job to him. It's just a job. All these bitches, they're just my fucking job. Ellie learned Arrow of Destiny. Alright. Received a topic from Eleonora. Ugh, too much shit. Ellie says, now that our work schedule has been decided, I better put some oomph into my activities as a master. We're gonna beat up all the Mirages in a flash, and then I'm off to Hollywood. Whatever, bitch. Alright, we can probably do another class change, so let's get that done while we're over here. Oh, maybe not. Whatever. Alrighty. I know Barry was one of these. So let's go to Shibuya. I mean, LA is very similar to Phoenix. It's like 30 towns smashed into one, and they call it LA, but LA has got like a really tiny downtown. Most of it's residential garbage. Like, it's not like New York or Chicago. It's just fucking flat, and there's too much shit there. If you want air pollution poisoning, definitely go visit. Definitely visit it really hard. Anyways, Yashiro says, it's you. You came at a good time. Yumizuru isn't being of any use. I need you to speak with her. I say yes. Itsuki says, tell me what's going on. And then they make a fuck. Gay. Yashiro says, Yumizuru and I will be co-starring in an upcoming TV drama. How? This bitch is already in a TV show and a movie. Yashiro says, she suggested that we train together. I agreed, however, it's not going well. Itsuki says, why is that? Yashiro says, it's because Yumizuru is inexperienced. Ellie says, that may be true from your standpoint, but you're not even trying to match your acting with mine. You keep rushing forward. Yashiro says, naturally, what reason is there for me to struggle along at another's pace? Ellie says, there's a big reason. A work of art isn't made by just one person. Yashiro says, I hear those words quite often, yet I do not understand it. Harmony is nothing more than a convenient word to affirm comfortable relationships among the mediocre. Eleonora says, fuck you. Yashiro says, to each his own. Though many people are involved in a production, an actor stands alone before the camera. No, that's not how it works, dickhead. There are, like, grips and best boys and, like, a director and showrunners and, like, the people who cater your food. There are people who wire your shit. There's cameramen. Don't be a dick. What a fucking asshole. Fuck you, you fuck. Anyways, Yashiro says if each one performs their best, then the best take should result. That is what I have done until now. I mean, honestly, I think the writer is the most important, but again, fuck this guy. What a piece of shit. I say, what happened to friendship, douchebag? Yashiro says, what? Itsuki says, that's what you said when you chose to join us. Itsuki says, if you make some compromises, you may discover that there are other ways of doing things. I feel like you haven't stepped outside your own idea of perfection. You're deciding for others what is right. Itsuki says, though I say that, I also think it limits your potential. Yashiro says, very well, I will attempt to change how I go about this. Eleonora says, Yashiro. Yashiro says, however, now that I've made up that decision, we will do this seriously, even though it's merely an exercise. Ellie says, huh? Yashiro says, make sure you're prepared. We're heading to the Idolosphere. Itsuki, you're coming as well. Then they all make a fuck together. Yashiro can't get hard because he's gay. Anyways. I guess Ellie just sits on Itsuki's face while he plows Yashiro from behind. That's the only way that would work. Ellie says, you're a big help, Itsuki. Itsuki says, I just said what was on my mind. Ellie says, but you said what was true. Yashiro joined our company, so he should take the opportunity to try new things. Itsuki says, yeah. Ellie says, looks like I'll be going too. We're headed into the Idolosphere, so I better get ready. Itsuki says, right. See you later, bitch. We received an urgent message from Yashiro. Yashido says, come to Daiba Studio. I'm sending the map now. Look at that ass, and I want all that ass. Stop. Now make that motherfucker hammer time. Oh, 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 oh. Anyways, that's awful. Nobody should ever have to listen to that. Sorry guys, I'm crazy. I actually like slept, I think, for 8 hours, so I'm like, I'm fucking ready. I'm ready for everything. Yeah, I'm a little too crazy. I apologize. This video is like permanently flagged for fuck you by YouTube. It's gonna be like, lick my balls, you fucking cursey sailor fuck. Yashido says, it should be around here. Eleanor says, what's the big deal? Why choose this place? Yashido says, enough with the prattle. You'll soon find out. You and I should be able to carry out the ideal training here, Yumizuru. Mitsuki says, still, doesn't coming to the idolosphere for this seem a bit extreme? Yashido says, always be strict with oneself. That's what my father told me. Yep, daddy issues. Ooh, I do so good with boys like that. Oh, show you who your real daddy is, you motherfucker. Yashido says that was his only rule. Itsuki says, Yashido. Eleanor says, fine, I'll show you that I can keep up with you. Yashido says, let's continue on. That ow, 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 ow. Did it change my party on me? I'm gonna assume it's gonna get all cunty if I don't have these two in my party. Is there like a particular place I need to visit? Let's find out together. We are on Yashido Dangerous Relations. And we go to LCD panel door 2. Alright. Apparently Barry has sent us a message. He says, aren't you gonna help your old pal Barry? Visit me at the lesson studio pronto. Yo mama. Oh. Pinky out. That's how classy skanks do it. You're with a straight up hoe bag if they clutch a glass with their hand. Stupid savage doesn't understand that the heat from their hand is permeating into the glass, thusly melting the ice and making the drink watered down. Fools! Fools, I tell you! I sense evil. Let's go in there anyway. The Mirage says, Rarg. Ellie says, oh my panties are wet. Yashido says, I committed this monster to memory when I saw it the other day. This one will be more than suitable as our opponent. Now, let's resume our training. Ellie says, training? Yashido says, we must synchronize our movement. The fastest way to do so is for you and I to defeat this monster with a session. Ellie says, right. Yashido says, let's do this. Yumizuru, Aoi, back us up. I don't know why he can't call them by their first names, but whatever. Itsuki says, leave it to me. Ellie says, here it goes. Clearly, I have sanity is the forefront of everything I do. I'm just letting the mania take the wheel. Sometimes I just gotta let it go where it needs to go. Yesterday, depression was trying to be like in charge, and I was like, shut up, cunt. It's time for bed. Yeah, that didn't work. I stayed up and didn't sleep until like 5 in the morning, but I slept till like 3 p.m. What is that? That's like 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's like 10 hours of sleep. Yashido says, the purpose of this exercise... The purpose of my sexercise is for the two of us to learn to work in sync. Stay in the back lines and give us aids when needed. Oh my god, this game is filthy! Ellie is able to learn pointless skills that are only useful during this fucking particular bullshit. Alright, we're gonna use a heavy attack that reduces his resistances to everything to hopefully make this go faster. Yeah, you do. Pizza. The clues. Have come together. Wampa's resistance has changed. Oh no, I guess we're gonna go with the culprit is... you. Oh wow, it fully heals itself. That's obnoxious. Did they not cook the pizza all the way? Oh, gross. No, no. I like mine bready. I don't like my brownies like all fucking... I don't like any confection like soggy. People who eat soft cookies give me diabetes. That shit's nasty. I'm like... What is that, wine?
Zin. It's another
A
Zinfandel.
Zin?
Yeah, I like Zins and Red Blends, I find. It's not as bad as that one. That sounds good.
That one's chill. I like the, like, it has like a meaty aftertaste, like some kind of...
Yeah.
It was aged in a barrel. It tastes nice. It's not like the best thing ever, but it's quite drinkable, and that's good enough for me.
$7.
Hell yeah.
Not bad. Not for pricing.
The resistance has changed again. Cocaine? Play what? Yeah, I'm gonna eat some pizza. Eventually. Ugh. Resistance changed again. It's only good for bows, so let's give it a bow attack. Sure, just one piece for right now. Just one of mine. I don't want your pizza.
Oh, you don't want pepperoni?
No. Bacon and feta or pepperoni? I'm gonna take bacon and feta, baby. Pepperoni. You bitches be basic. You bitches be basic. JK. JK. Let's go with that. Sweet. Did they give you like a coupon?
No, I rolled up and they have a sign outside that was on the website.
Ha! Awesome. Hell yeah. That's honestly almost always true. If you just physically go to the place, you'll almost always get a better deal than delivery. I don't think I've ever seen like a delivery only type thing. Let's see now. Alright, so it wants to get hit by a sword attack, so we're gonna do that. Really? This thing just gets to fully heal itself every once in a while. Alrighty. I don't know. The clues. This is redonkulous. Oh no, they killed her. Or did they? No, she's still alive. Let's just have him charge, I guess. I do not get how this is supposed to work. It seems like it's a puzzle battle. Okay, so Itsuki is just useless in this battle. So he just needs to be curing people. Yeah, whatever. Let's heal Ellie. And I guess I'm just supposed to use these stupid skills over and over again for some reason. Whatever. Yay, it died. Practically everyone learned a new skill. Alright, Eleanor says we did it. Ellie says, what's wrong? Yashido says, when our timing came together, it was not the actors, but the stage itself that shone. This feeling, this sensation, this is the power of harmony, and furthermore, this must be the power you spoke of. Yashido learned some bullshit. Yay. Oh, I can skip these ones? Oh. Ellie says yes. Yashido says, I could not have grasped this feeling with my old method of doing things. Yashido says, you have my gratitude, Ellie. And you too as well, Itsuki. Without your advice, I would have not achieved this result. Itsuki says, you two were completely synchronized. They both say naturally, simultaneously. Yashido laughs and says, well then, let's return. Yashido says, what's the matter, Ellie? Ellie says, I didn't know you could make that kind of face too. Anyways. Oh boy, lots of useless text messages. Alright, let's go back. Nom nom nom. Marco says, "You naughty boy, making me wait this long. I'll have to punish you if you don't hurry to the office." Itsuki says, "Maiko, what's the matter?" Maiko says, "Itsuki, listen to you. You make me sound like I'm always drinking." Itsuki says, "You aren't?" Maiko says, "Anyway, there's something I wanted to discuss about Ellie and Toma." Itsuki says, "What about them?" Maiko says, "They act pretty prickly towards each other, but they get along pretty well." Itsuki says, "They're pretty similar, but that's also why they get in so many arguments." Maiko says, "You think they could pull off a collaboration?" Itsuki says, "Huh?" Maiko says, "Ellie's really at the top of her game, even Hollywood wants her, and Toma's the protagonist of a nationally acclaimed superhero TV show." Itsuki says, "I guess." Maiko says, "With two big personalities like that sharing the stage, who knows what could happen? One day the two of them might even walk the red carpet together." Itsuki says, "I don't know about the red carpet, but it would definitely be interesting, though it seems risky." Maiko says, "That's what's so great about them. Remember, Itsuki, you have to gamble some things in life, or you'll never get anything in return." Itsuki says, "I'm sure." Maiko says, "Let's contact them right now and let them know." Anyways, they learned the duo art Crazy Circus. Anyways, after this next Radiant Unity, I'm gonna save and be done. Forever. And we learn Door of Possibility for Yashido. Navarre says, "Itsuki is a curious young man." Yashido says, "Indeed, no one has ever spoken against me like that besides my father." Navarre says, "You haven't stepped outside your own idea of perfection, was it? Those words precisely describe the old you." Yashido says, "But the stone he cast from the outside has saved me from killing my own potential." Navarre says, "Once again, I'm filled with anticipation." Yashido says, "For what?" Navarre says, "To see what new grounds your potential may break from this point forward." Yashido says, "Yes, and you'll witness it by my side. In other words, the best arena seat at a concert. You should be honored." Navarre says, "Arena?" Yashido says, "Do you prefer the balcony?" Navarre says, "Balcony?" Yashido says, "It doesn't matter where. It's simply best to keep your eyes open." Navarre says, "Yashido, it seems we're similar after all. Since we are men of few words, there are times when that makes things difficult." Yashido says nothing. Navarre says, "Now is exactly one of those times." Ha 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 ha. LOL. Yashido says, "It seems the mothership has come." Ellie says, "Wait, Kaguya. All this time you watched over and protected me, didn't you? Yet I still doubted you. It's a little late, but I'm sorry." Yashido says, "An apology for our parting words is too depressing. I'd rather you send me off with a smile." Ellie says, yeah. Then thank you, Kaguya. Yashiro says, when you look at the moon, I hope you remember me. I'll always be there. Yashiro says, see you later, my adorable detective. And then he steps into the tractor beam and is taken away by a UFO. Ellie says, see you later, my mysterious alien. Toma says, so Kaguya was a detective and an alien? Man, I didn't see that coming at all. That's why they called it Out of Season UFO. Ellie says, it's pretty amazing, right? Toma says, I underestimated you. Ellie says, well, I suppose we're in the same boat. I definitely underestimated Yashiro's skills. The backstory song fits the scene well, too. You really are multi-talented, Yashiro. I feel like I'm losing my confidence. Yashiro says, there is no need to belittle yourself. Your acting was impressive. It was more than sufficient to handle your part. I wrote the background song after gaining inspiration from our training session. Ellie says, oh, is that so? Yashiro says, I apologize. It seems I was mistaken. Harmony is not a cozy relationship others cling to for security. It's a necessity for actors. Ellie says, you know, I'm sorry too. I just assumed that you were much better than me and was frustrated with my own inferiority. You're not good at speaking, but you're a surprisingly nice guy. I should have tried talking with you better. Yashiro says, I agree. I must tell you something. Ellie says, what is it? Yashiro says, your acting has many flaws. You move too much. It's a bad habit to exaggerate your role. You gotta fix that. Ellie says, I take back what I said. You're a terrible person. Can't you read the atmosphere? You should have chosen a better time to say that, you moron. Ellie then walks away. Yashiro says, why is she angry? Itsuki says, what's wrong, Mr. True Artist? Yashiro says, it seems there is still much more for me to learn. Yashiro says, by the way, Itsuki, I'm indebted to you about what transpired this time. For some reason, your words struck a chord with me. Itsuki says, now you're just exaggerating. Yashiro says, I can say the same for what occurred at the studio. You are the first since my late father to be so direct with me. Itsuki says, it was the heat of the moment. It must have sounded pretty disrespectful. Sorry about that. Yashiro says, no, it's thanks to you that I could realize something I would never have by myself. You have my gratitude. Anyways, the job is complete. I'm going to save and log off. So thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Anyways, Yashiro learned Mysterious Student. Alright, have a great day.